Hello everyone, my name is Cameron and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to talk about Black Ops 4. Now today is May 17th, 2018. If you do not know what day, if you don't know why that's an important day, basically about a month ago or so, Treyarch and Call of Duty and basically all of them said, okay, in May 17th, we're going to have kind of like a reveal trailer type thing. And today it finally happened. They revealed everything about all the new modes. Well, not really everything, but they talked about a lot of new stuff. Sadly, there is no campaign. That is something that they talked about a while. It was rumored when Black Ops 4 first got announced that there would be no campaign mode, and sadly, that is looking like the case. Now, here's the thing. I hate the fact that they're not doing a campaign because the campaigns are always my favorite mode. I like to go into the game, play through the campaign at least once, and then hop to multiplayer or zombies or whatever the other thing is in place of zombies if there's something. So not having a campaign it's kind of hard to sell me on the game. Honestly, even without campaign though, I'm super excited for this game. I love the Call of Duty franchise, and for those of you who may be saying, oh, you're a Call of Duty fan, shut the fuck up. Everyone loves video games. Everyone can love whatever video game they want to love. I don't make fun of people who like Battlefield. Why do you make fun of people who like COD? I have always loved COD, and I'm always going to, and does it piss me off constantly? Yes. A lot of things with these games have pissed me off. Unbalanced multiplayer, unbalanced guns, that sort of shit. But I still love the games. As a gamer, I can get past the shitty aspects of the game and focus on the fun things. And that's ultimately what I looked at when I was looking at all these trailers, because I watched everything that I could find from that was shown on Call of Duty's actual YouTube page, because I wasn't awake for the live stream. Obviously, if more things come out, I will update you guys more and more on the Black Ops 4 stuff when I can. But I have everything from the multiplayer reveal trailer, the Blackout reveal trailer, which is their battle royale mode, and all their zombies trailers that I can see, that I can find on their channel, and we're going to talk about it. Obviously, I'll go more in depth in the future and kind of talk about more of this stuff, but for now, we're going to talk about what I can. Alright, so the first one I watched was the multiplayer reveal trailer. Also, for those of you who are wondering, when does this game come out? October 12th, which is a little weird, seeing as how typically they come out in November. So they're releasing it a month earlier, and I don't know if that's because they have no campaign mode and they don't have to work on it as much, or if they have been working on it so much that, you know what I mean. So it's a futuristic timeline type thing. It looks a lot like Black Ops 3 did, and a lot of people are going to be put off by that, but it's boots on the ground. There is no thrust jumping. There is no wall runs. Basically, what I saw in the video, in the reveal trailer, was kind of like a hook shot from Legend of Zelda, like a grappling hook type thing, and that's how people were kind of moving around certain places if they had to get past something. I really like the fact that they took out the thrust jump and the wall run. I felt like those are really stupid. They were really stupid aspects. I don't know why the hell they've been in every game until World War II. They were in, I don't think they were in Black Ops 2. I don't think Black Ops 2 wasn't very futuristic. But they were in Advanced Warfare, they were in Black Ops 3, they were in Infinite Warfare, I think some form of them was in Ghosts maybe, I don't fucking know. But I'm really glad that they decided to take that out and have it be more boots on the ground. They did talk about this when they first announced the game, that it would be more boots on the ground and it'd be less futuristic and stuff like Black Ops 3 was, and I really like the fact that they decided to do this. Because you don't have people just going, oh, you shooting me, boom. That's one of the things that really pissed me off with Black Ops 3. Is I'd go for a kill, and someone would thrust jump behind me and shoot me in the back, and it's like, really? Like, why is this a thing? And it pissed me off, and it's kind of why I was glad when World War II got announced that they were going back to their roots, and it was World War II based, and it wasn't futuristic, and it was really cool. And I really like that fact. I really actually enjoyed the look of the multiplayer. It looks very well... That's what I'm looking for. It looks very well developed. They spent a lot of time on this. There's obviously new characters and new guns and stuff. It seems like there's a specialist type thing like there was in Black Ops 3 again. They revamped this. This is something they worked really hard on. This is a big reason there's no campaign, is because they spent so much time fleshing out multiplayer and making it more balanced, and I really like that fact. Again, revamped. They spent a lot of time, revamping the gunplay. They were balancing it. They were doing a lot of things to work on it and make it an enjoyable experience for everybody. And they wanted to make sure that this game was something that people enjoyed playing and they didn't hate continuously. Because honestly, Black Ops 3 was so unbalanced. Especially, depending on the specialist you use, especially, there was a lot of balance issues in Black Ops 3. And hell, there's even some in World War II. So I'm glad that they rebalanced the way their multiplayer is working, because honestly, it's something that they really needed after Black Ops 3. I'm very sad about the campaign, though. I do want to talk about this really quick. The reason I'm sad about this is because Treyarch is known for really good campaigns. Black Ops 1's campaign was fantastic. Black Ops 2 was fantastic. Black Ops 3, surprisingly, was pretty fucking good for how it was set. I was really excited when Black Ops 4 got announced. I was like, oh, sweet, Treyarch's going to make a badass campaign. Hopefully, maybe partially going to continue off of 3, and then no campaign was announced. I was like, okay. Like, I'm fine with... it's weird, because I want a campaign, I can also accept the fact that there's no campaign. If they decided to add in a campaign later on in the future, I would buy it, to be honest, just because I'd love to play through a campaign of Black Ops 4, because I'd love to see what they do with it, with the way that the game is being portrayed through the multiplayer reveal trailers. All I would say is give it the ability for a co-op, because World War II didn't have that. Ow, my jaw. Because World War II didn't have a co-op campaign mode functionality like Black Ops 3 did. So it really bugged me that I wasn't able to, go play COD World War II's campaign with Dalton or somebody else, So I'd really like it if they did eventually decide to add in a campaign mode, if they add in the co-op functionality for it. I don't know how they're going to do it, because a lot of the time, the issue with it is you're typically playing a named character and a specific character, so doing a co-op campaign can be a bit of a bitch. But, I think they could really do it well if they decided to add in campaign in the future. But, they're not, shying away from the stuff. They're giving us a lot of good stuff, and they're really showing that they care about the fan base. Going on to Blackout. This is their new Battle Royale mode. It's done basically in a way only COD could do. It's got the biggest map they've ever made, and when I say that, I literally mean it. Like, they zoomed out. The entire trailer for this was them zooming out further and further, kind of zooming around and showing people and stuff. And it seems like there's at least a whole desert full of shit. So it's got favorite characters from the past games, favorite guns, favorite parts of our favorite maps, from past COD games. And that was one of the things that really sold me on the Battle Royale mode, is it looked like I could see a few maps that I recognized already. I was like, okay, I kind of see that and that. And I'm pretty sure I saw Soap McTavish, that beautiful Scottish son of a bitch, somewhere in that trailer. Because, again, it says favorite characters and favorite guns. So I'm hoping what that means is that we get to play as Price, as Ghost, as Yuri. Was anyone's favorite character actually Yuri? As Roach, as Soap, as, all these people that we've played as over what? Fuck, what game is this? Like the 20-something? 20th or so? Somewhere around 20s, I know that much. Entrant in this series for COD, and it's like, please give me as many characters to play as possible. Now, obviously, I get that people like Yuri, people like Ghost, like Soap, like Price, like Roach may not be in this game because they are technically the Infinity Ward side of things. But again, I believe since Activision technically owns all of these, that they're fair use to put any character in there that they want. I'm hoping that they do, that we get the chance to play as people like Price and stuff, because if not, then I'm going to be kind of pissed. I would also like to see the ability to play as the not fan favorites, the villains. The chance to play as Makarov, as Shepard, as Kevin Spacey's character. I would probably lose my shit if they put Kevin Spacey's character into this. Mostly because you just kind of be playing. Because I'm assuming that there's going to be that you're going to occasionally hear something from your characters. You just kind of constantly just hear Kevin Spacey grunt or something. I think that'd be hilarious. Who else? What other villains do they have? Castro? Was Castro the main villain in Black Ops? And technically Black Ops? No, it wasn't Castro. It was a Castro-like person, though. I can't remember his fucking name. Shows you how long it's been since I played Black Ops 1 or 2. Along with this, you're going to be able to travel by land, sea, and air vehicles, something you've never actually been able to do in Call of Duty. Well, I say that. You've kind of been able to. You've kind of been able to use vehicles in Call of Duty games, but I don't think they've ever given you the ability to fly and to... Well, I guess they kind of give you the ability to pilot boats, or to drive boats and stuff. But you know what I mean? Like, it's something that there's not a lot of in COD games, vehicle use. It's more or less that's Battlefield side of things. But I really like the fact that they're going to give you the ability to use land, sea, and air vehicles, because I think that this is going to be kind of one of those big things where it's like, oh, this is going to make... Because I'm gonna use some examples. Fortnite doesn't have vehicle use. You have to run everywhere, and it gets kind of annoying because it's a huge map. It's a fucking huge map. But when you look at other Battle Royale games, I'm going to use H1Z1 and PUBG as examples. You have 2 games where you can drive cars to get around. And I kind of hate the fact that Fortnite doesn't have it, so I'm really glad that Blackout is getting it. Honestly, it looks really interesting. It looks like it's going to be a really fun mode. I'm honestly going to love playing it. I'm going to love forcing Dalton to play it. It will probably be one of the first modes I stream of this game. I'll probably do a live stream the day it comes out, maybe. Depending on if I actually pre-order the game. Because I'm not sure if I want to pre-order the game or if I just want to buy it later on, like around Christmas or something. Alright, finally, onto the zombies stuff. There is officially a new storyline starting with this game. Obviously, in Black Ops 3, you had the end of the storyline with the main 4 people, with Richtofen, Takiao, Dempsey, and... I forgot his name. Richtofen, Takiao, Dempsey, and Nikolai. There we go. You know, you had their story come to an end at the in the final map. Which again, I still haven't seen the fucking final. I'm probably just gonna go watch the entire storyline with the Easter egg videos at some point soon, because I really just want to watch it because it's too much work to not fucking do it, or to not watch it. Or to go through and play it myself, because there's no one really playing Black Ops 3 anymore. But I'm really excited to kind of see where the new storyline takes off and where it goes. I'm slightly upset, you know, that, you know, they're going to be starting a new storyline. I'm excited to see where the new storyline goes. But I'm not entirely sure what they're going to be planning with it. You know, it's, again, it's one of those things where you had the original storyline with the big 4 guys. You had that kind of as a huge thing that spanned what, 4 games? World of War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. 4 games, and you had it was massive. I loved it. And then you obviously had like the occasional stuff. You know, in Black Ops 1, you had like Transit and a few maps that didn't have them and stuff. And I really like the fact that they focus on these. But you know that they connected, because in the Giant you see the plane from Mob of the Dead. If you got Black Ops 3, if you pre-order it, you got the map, the Giant. And the plane that you leave off of in Mob of the Dead is crashed on top of one of the buildings. So you kind of realize that, oh, these technically are connected in some way. So yeah, going on, there are 3 maps from the very get-go. They're not just giving you one map to start with. I really like that fact, because I'm going to put it this way. While I love zombies, if you have no season pass, starting with one map is bullshit. I'm going to put it to you this way. Black Ops 3 started with 2, if you had the pre-order, obviously. Actually, I think it started with 3 if you had the pre-order. It started with 2 if you didn't. So you had multiple maps to play. Black Ops 2 started with multiple maps. Black Ops 1 started with multiple maps. World War 2, one map. If you don't have the season pass, you get to play on one fucking map. So I'm really glad that they're starting with 3 maps. 2 from the new storyline, and one that's kind of like a, I guess, recreation of an older map. Alright, so let's talk about these. So the first map is IX. If you don't know what that is, that's Roman numerals for 9. It's in a Roman-style fighting arena. They kind of go on like a drug trip and kind of go back there. It's really fucking weird. They have a new zombie design, which I really like. Honestly, the new zombies look really cool. They look really grotesque. I really like that fact. You have some like old-style melee weapons like claymores and maces and a shield and shit, and they look very Viking-esque, and you know, kind of like they're not really their people. They're kind of like a past version of them. Almost Viking-like, it looked like, in my opinion. And you have boss zombies, like super zombies. Like one of the guys just started growing a fucking like giant leg, like spider type leg, crab type leg out of his fucking body, and I was like shit, that looks cool. The next map we have is Voyage of Despair. Now, originally when I started watching this, I said Titanic-like ship. I wrote that down because it looked like the Titanic, but obviously I'll get into something else in a minute that kind of shows that we might actually be on the Titanic. So you kind of have like a robbery type thing to try to get this artifact, and it's the same artifact that created the zombies in IX, and it's the same one that creates the zombies in this. And there's a cult Nazi type guy on the ship who's trying to get the artifact as well. It seems like your storyline is kind of one of the characters. I'm not sure which one. One of the characters had a father who was kind of trying to save this artifact, and he made some enemies along the way. And basically, this Nazi dude is trying to create the zombies. So he uses it. You secure the artifact. The female character secures the artifact. It's the same one from IX again. It's just in a different time. The Nazi dick uses it, and then she punches him in the face, and he falls out. There's like this little protective bubble that the artifact makes that if you're inside of, you don't get turned to a zombie. He falls out of it, and he's the first zombie you see get created in this one. The mystery box has a new design. It kind of got created from like 5 or so people that were just kind of standing around the same area. And it looks like you're actually on the Titanic at the end of this because you're about, like, you see the 4 characters shooting a bunch of zombies and stuff, and they're standing on, like, the front of the ship. And then it pans out, and you see the 4 characters with their guns in their hands, and then right behind them you see them about to crash into an iceberg. So it seems like we might actually be on the Titanic in this, which kind of leads me to the question, will you always hit the iceberg, or is part of your Easter egg to avoid the iceberg? Or do you hit the iceberg and go on like an island or something along those lines? It's very confusing, and again, there's not a lot shown through these trailers, and it's more or less one of those things where you have to wait till the game comes out to see exactly what happens. But it seems like maybe we're going to hit the iceberg, and either A, or 1, whatever, either we're going to kind of, start into another story part, another map or something after that, which would be kind of cool because I don't think they've never really connected the maps too well. Now, obviously, with Black Ops 3, they connected the maps very well, but before that, they were never really super connected. It was just kind of like, okay, here you go. Here's this map, and here you guys are. This is where you're at now. So it kind of seems like maybe they could be doing that with this. The artifact obviously is traveling from map to map, it seems. So we're definitely going to get a really nice storyline branching out over this game, which I really like that fact. But I think what could be really cool is if in the DLC, maybe like the first or second one, you kind of continue off of Voyage of Despair into a new map. And you can see the crashed ship and stuff. And it'd be really cool in my opinion. Alright, and finally we have one more map. It is called Blood of the Dead. It is with the original 4, and that's basically all it shows. Is the original 4 guys standing in what looks like a Mob of the Dead recreation. It looks like it's... Were that Alcatraz and Mob of the Dead? Whatever. It looks like the prison from Mob of the Dead, basically. Or, I think it's Mob of the Dead. I feel like I'm saying it wrong for some reason. I feel like I'm saying the wrong name. But you know what I mean. The prison map, basically, from Black Ops 1. It seems like that... Yeah, Black Ops 1. It seems like that's what they're doing, is they're recreating that, and they're letting you play as the main 4 from that storyline. Now, here's the weird thing. It wasn't actually those 4 in that map when it first came out, so it's kind of, Again, though, I say they did kind of say, okay, here, this actually connects to this, because in the final map, Revelations from Black Ops 3, the big 4... that was there. That was... Mob of the Dead was in that map, so it kind of seems like it connects. So it's kind of cool. I think it's going to be a really cool map. Obviously, it didn't show a lot. It just kind of showed the whole thing on fire. It seemed like it was destroyed. And I think it's really cool that they're giving us Takiao, Richtofen, Nikolai, and Dempsey back. I think it's going to be really cool to see where they go with this one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more Black Ops 4 news on the channel. I will try to update you guys as much as I can when I find new stuff. Stay golden. Peace.